Diseases have long been a source of intrigue and terror in equal measure. But with each groundbreaking medical advancement, we have made a significant advancement in our understanding of the intricate riddles of disease and medicine. Because of this, we have been able to create drugs and therapies that have helped save millions of lives. The greatest diagnostics breakthroughs throughout history are listed in the following order. Vaccines, 1796. The fact that the discovery of vaccinations was a protracted and laborious process makes it challenging to determine when they began to be considered standard practice. With Edward Jenner's unsuccessful attempt to utilize vaccinations to control the notorious smallpox virus in 1796, the usefulness and acceptance of vaccines rose rapidly. Smallpox, tuberculosis, rabies and cholera are some of the most deadly illnesses in the world, and numerous immunizations have been developed to prevent them. Anesthesia, 1846. Prior to the introduction of general anesthesia in the middle of the 19th century, surgery was only performed as a last resort, with many patients choosing death over agonizing experience. A faster-acting drug called chloroform quickly followed, but when several fatalities were reported, it was deemed to be high risk. Germ theory, 1861. Louis Pasteur, a French scientist, demonstrated in 1861, through a straightforward experiment, that infectious diseases were caused by the invasion of particular tiny organisms, or pathogens, into living hosts. With the aid of this new knowledge, devastating epidemics like the plague, dysentery, and typhoid fever that caused thousands of deaths annually could be avoided. This new understanding represented a significant turning point in the way diseases were treated, managed, and prevented. Medical imaging, 1895. X-rays were the first imaging devices used in medicine. German researcher Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen accidentally created the X-ray, a type of electromagnetic radiation, in 1895, while working with electrical currents flowing through glass cathode ray tubes. Overnight, the discovery revolutionized medicine, and the following year, Glasgow Hospital built the first radiography department in history. Antibiotics, 1928. The first antibiotic ever created, penicillin, by Alexander Fleming, revolutionized the fight against deadly germs. The pharmaceutical industry must create new antibacterial therapies as soon as possible since, regrettably, some bacteria have grown more and more resistant to antibiotics over time, creating a global issue. Organ transplants, 1954. Doctors David Hume and Joseph Murray performed the first kidney transplant that became in December 1954 in Boston, USA. This was the first incident in history where an organ transplant recipient survived the procedure, despite numerous prior attempts. The turning point was reached when many technical challenges were resolved, including vascular anastomosis, the joining of two blood vessels, kidney placement, and immune reaction. Antiviral drugs, 1960s. Throughout history, terrible diseases like smallpox, influenza, and hepatitis have decimated numerous human communities. Antivirals have significantly improved over time and now function by preventing viral infections from spreading quickly. Some antivirals can even activate the immune system to fight the virus. Stem cell therapy, 1970s. When stem cells were discovered in human cord blood in the late 1970s, their great potential was realized. Stem cells are noteworthy for two reasons. They are unspecialized cells that can replenish through cell division even when dormant, and under certain circumstances, they can be used to create any type of human cell. Immunotherapy, 1970s. The development of immunotherapy, a medication that activates the immune system to combat illness, dates back more than a century. Antibody treatments were created in the 1970s, and in 1991, scientists created the first cancer vaccination, which the FDA approved in 2010. Immuno-oncology has emerged during the past 10 years as one of the most cutting-edge cancer treatments available. Artificial intelligence, 21st century. Since the beginning of the 21st century, artificial intelligence has been gradually developing and has already created some astonishing technologies that have profoundly changed the landscape of healthcare. Companies in the life sciences and academic institutions are collaborating with cutting-edge tech behemoths like Google, IBM, and Apple to develop quicker and more effective treatments for illnesses. When safety is first, you last. Remember, precaution is better than cure. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button and subscribe to Explified for more such content.